Hello and welcome to another episode of Bodega Dollz. I'm Nomi Ruiz.
And I'm Ava Sanjurjo.
And we are your go-to girls for all things NYC and
beyond.
It's hot out there, girl.
It is disgusting out. But you know what's saving us? The Madonna record.
Oh my
Confessions
God.
2.
Honestly, I'm shocked.
I am so excited about this record. I listened to front to back and I'm like, I need to be dancing in a club. I will do poppers. I might even do a Molly gummy.
I feel like this is really a record for hardcore Madonna fans.
Oh, she gave it to us.
Yeah.
She's like, you wanted this? Here it is.
Fine.
I'll
wake up.
Beginning to end.
Beginning to end. I was pleasantly surprised.
I was thrilled. I was like, oh my God. And all my Madonna freaks, we're all texting each other. You're like, what do you think? I was like, I love it.
It's true. It's true.
So Madonna's getting me through the heat wave right now.
Madonna fans unite. Yeah, July. She knew when to drop it when it's hot. It's perfect for like hooking up. You know what I mean? Going out, partying, putting on your
getting
harness.
ready.
All you like sweaty gay boys out there.
Yes.
Get together, bumping Chanel's.
You bumping Chanel's, putting on your little, white little tank tops.
Wet
it. And if I can't find you, I'm not gonna look for you.
No, text me when you get home. Or
exactly.
Not.
Or not.
Or don't.
Or not. I'll see you in 2 days.
I'll see you 2 days.
Yeah.
After the afties. Well, I mean, that's a perfect setup for today's topic, which is modern dating in the year 2026.
Yes.
So, Madonna gave us a record to go out and get dirty to. In July, which apparently there's this thing going around, which is called July theory.
Go on.
Apparently, it says that in July, because of the heat, summer really tests your relationships.
Oof.
So, like, whether you're in a relationship or like exes start coming back from the past, like where you at, like what are you doing, thinking of you, I was at this bar, whatever. Everyone's out in these streets, so it's like testing if what you're in is really valid, or like
Christmas in July.
Everyone's
all right,
everyone's thirsty to unwrap something.
All right, well, you know what, that makes sense. You get your little nostalgia on, I guess. Oh, that summer boy from 2 years ago all of a sudden texts you back, like you up.
I feel like July, when you hear a song and it just brings you back to a memory or like something,
girl.
like July is gonna always be that time of the year where you're like, remember that July?
Yes.
Where were you that last July?
I had a summer fling years ago, and he's problematic, but there was a summer where I was watching like Woody Allen movies with this really cute boy, and like that's all we did was like eat pizza, watch Woody Allen movies, and fuck all summer.
He's
probably dead, but yeah.
Or in jail. Well, a lot of people nowadays, I feel like, based on the internet, are having a very hard time with the dating culture.
Oh.
I just feel like I see everyone's complaining all the damn time.
Yeah, I don't understand why, because like unless you have like this crazy standards, but I feel like, what's the problem? Go outside and
take a walk
and collect some stories for a dinner party. I don't know.
Well, I think there are maybe. Well, because, I feel like I thankfully was snatched up before this year.
No, I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, Nomi gave us a chance this summer. She got locked in so we could be free.
It's all you girls.
I know. I was like literally just like, wow, she's giving us a chance this summer to actually like meet people and like,
I hate you.
Like, no, but thank you. Your significant other.
Don't ever say that.
Thank you for locking her down, because now we could have a chance.
The options are for you.
Thank you.
Before I was locked down.
Yeah.
It was right after the election.
Right.
And I was like literally thinking, I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to date now?
I know.
Like, I remember the election happened.
Yeah.
I was the only naive one that was like, how did this happen?
I know. No, we all were like, we all were.
And then I remember going out to get a drink that day, and all the guys were out like smiling and laughing and dancing and like celebrating in Brooklyn, New York, Bushwick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, these guys are happy.
They
are happy. All voted against women.
Yeah. And that's when the puss just dries up and goes into hibernation.
Yeah. The loneliness epidemic started.
Yeah.
And they wonder why.
I
remember women were talking about like, they're like, I'm just going to start being celibate.
Oh, yeah. No. I honestly, like, there was one time, I think like the first round, and this person won. I was like, I was at a mosh pit, and I was like, I feel like all these people around me voted for him. I moshed like you wouldn't. I'm not a mosher, but it was, it was punk. So I was like, I'm just pushing.
You're getting checked.
Yeah.
You're getting
Oh
checked.
yeah, I was
You're
like
getting
fucking
checked.
nudging in. I'm like fucking. I'm surrounded with like these bros. I was like, oh, of course, it's like a fucking bros here. And I was
You're
just
like burrowing
pushing.
through the
Oh yeah, I
people.
was like, fucking, fuck it.
That's a good way to release.
Oh, I was fine after
Yeah.
ish. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel you. I was just shocked, and I was just like, how am I supposed to go on a date and like, even if I get to know someone, how do I trust that their
On my
intentions
side.
are real? Yeah, and like, how do I even think of bringing anyone home? Like, and then thank God someone from my past came. I was like, the only man that I could ever trust showed up. I was like, oh my God, this is cute.
Hey,
But then I thought about everyone else,
and thank you.
and I was like,
So now we have a
how are you
chance.
doing?
Now we have a proper July.
Are you all? Well, that does make me think about like dating outside of your political views.
Right.
Laverne Cox recently was on the New York Times, and she was talking about how she dated someone that had been propagandized.
Right.
And she said, I refuse to betray myself again.
Ooh,
I think it's complex because, like,
it is.
she said that she was with someone and they were being propagandized, which is what has been happening on the internet, as we've been talking about. Like,
Yeah.
from one day to the next, someone that can be like, deep diving on the internet, and suddenly their whole mind changes and their
Yeah,
perspective
it's
changes.
honestly it's like a new person. It is a
Yeah.
new person. I one time was, me, I love when couples argue. And I saw body language in front of me on the train. I'm sitting down, I see this couple and it's tension. So I was like, I lowered my music. And
Suddenly one bud comes
it was
out.
perfect. He had just won. And already foolishness was happening. And she
Tensions
looked at him.
rising.
She's like, well, you voted for him. And then he's like looked down, and I guess his stop was the next stop, and she was staying. And the shady cheek she gave him as a goodbye. I was
Ooh.
like, this is great.
Yeah.
No one's getting anything tonight.
No,
Nope.
nothing. Dry as a
But that was
Sahara.
just like, well, you voted for him.
I mean, I think about that because I personally could never date someone with that, like, that voted that
No,
way or even has that kind of belief system. I could never.
no. Listen, if it's like old school Republican and like they had a view where I could have a conversation, not as a lover, but as somebody that could have a conversation, not like this warped like Facebook news, like fake crazy
No,
shit,
no.
like conspiracy theory shit.
No, but today
That's
we're
not
talking about
happening.
lovers.
Lovers.
So this is like dating.
Dating.
So, like, could you date someone that voted for Trump?
No.
Yeah, no, I can't.
No.
I remember I was scared at that time, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna be like, I don't know, buy a
I'm
lot of
the same
sex
size.
toys now.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember I dated this one guy for like 6 months, and then at some point he's like, I have something to tell you.
Oh Christ.
And I'm like, oh God, is he married? And he's like, I'm a cop.
Oh, right.
And then he's like, and I was just shook because I don't
Right.
fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know why I didn't tell you. And I
Yeah,
was
why
like,
wouldn't he
and I
tell
said,
you?
I was like, because you could kill me and get away with it.
Ooh.
Crickets.
Ooh. Damn.
I should have known because he lived in Staten Island.
Girl.
That's the first sign.
It's
If you're crossing two bridges,
or in a boat.
I understand dating someone with different views on life,
100%.
like, especially if you date men,
Yeah.
and you're a woman,
Yeah.
especially a trans woman. I feel like you're always gonna have differences, or you're always gonna have to teach each other
Yeah.
things, or like,
You're all gonna have a different point of view of a lot of things, and sometimes it's the delivery of how you say it or how you come together and be like, and not that you have to agree to disagree, but there's some sort of give and take,
I feel like a lot of people are looking for like themselves, or they want someone that
Right.
has their exact interests or their exact point of view, and it's just like,
I don't want to date myself.
I think you learn a lot
Yeah,
about yourself,
absolutely.
about other people's experience.
Absolutely.
I think that's important.
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of people in New York City seem to have a problem with dating, which I think sometimes I find that weird because New York has like so many different types of people,
So many.
so many cultures, so many different styles, so many
I mean,
races, religions, all the things.
That's why I find it to be exciting and more than problematic, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think because there's a high population of singles, it's why New York City is always voted the worst place in the world to
The
date.
world. Jesus
The
Christ.
world, the
world.
universe.
So
Not
dramatic.
even Mars.
They're like, we're not taking it up here either.
There's no aliens waiting for you. People have reported
Mm.
that it's because there's so many options available and people
There
just
is.
want to keep themselves single to like want the next thing or the curiosity or like they see dating as like seamless now. It's like they want Indian food, they want Turkish food, they want
Yes.
Chinese food. There's like they want
Yes.
to keep their options open, so they find it's hard to find someone that wants to commit.
Well, okay, that's fine and dandy, but like if that's a person that like just wants to date because it's a
Yeah,
sport, or
yeah.
then you're dating somebody who actually wants to get to know you, and I mean, you gotta date to weed those kind of people out. I feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're, date to date, and you're just looking just to go through the Rolodex of life. There's actually people that have intentions like wanting to get to know you and enjoy each other and all the things. I mean, it really depends on where you are in your life as well.
I think if someone has that personality type, that's gonna be their MO no matter
Oh,
where
no
in the
matter what,
world. If
no
you're in
matter
New
what,
York, if you're in fucking Thailand.
that guy or girl who is like in the dating Rolodex of the apps and all that, they want to be a professional dater, I
Yeah,
guess.
they're missing something in life or like
Yeah.
I mean, not judging, like
No,
I've
not at
Lord knows
all.
I've done that. I've had
Yeah, of
fun
course.
when I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
younger. I went like, it depends on what
Where you
period in your
are.
life you are.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is that a lot of people generalize, so they think like if their first 3 dates they find on Tinder are like that, they're like, I'm done, I can't anymore. And it's like
Girl.
it takes a lot. I mean, especially in New York, there's a lot of shit to sift through.
There's so much.
Resumes,
You know what? We're up for the challenge.
binders. You have to be.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have to
it's like
be.
finding a good therapist.
I think dating is not for the faint of heart, and you
No.
have to really like love yourself first of all, and not be like
No, go
needy.
go in knowing yourself, because if you feel like if a guy ghosts you or does all the things that make you feel insecure, then you shouldn't be out there.
No,
You give yourself a tune up with yourself.
date a therapist.
Date a therapist.
A lot of people are finding there's this whole dating app burnout culture,
Right.
where I think people are so exhausted from the apps. Apparently, 78% of Gen Z reports that they have dating app burnout.
Okay.
The average person spends 51 minutes a day on dating apps,
That's a lot.
which is almost an hour per day.
That's a lot of swiping.
I mean,
I have to go shopping.
that's a job.
Yeah.
I used to swipe like before bed,
Yeah.
like while I'm winding down. I'm
Yeah.
like, let me see
A
what's
little swiping situation.
where did I leave off?
Yeah.
Chapter 5.
When it becomes like part of your day-to-day task, it's not, then of course you're gonna burn out.
You're-
I get
you're-
exhausted looking at Poshmark, for Christ's sake. So
Girl.
it's like,
I'm only swiping through like Skims
yes.
and I guess Instagram, but
Yeah.
for different reasons.
No, I'm looking for vintage Margiela circa whatever season.
Exactly. Women are reportedly deleting all the apps in
Oh.
mass, like Hinge, Bumble, Tinder. They
She's
reported that
done.
women are like a high percentage of women are like deleting.
Ija.
They're done. Well, I
Done.
guess it's also because 48% of women have experienced unwanted behavior on all major platforms.
That is a
I have
thing.
experienced that.
Yeah, 100%. When the boundaries are not existent, of course you're gonna be like, fuck.
I think it's because a lot of people, especially if you grew up in a generation where you're constantly on the internet and social media, you're so out of touch with other people's feelings.
Yeah.
Like for you, it's just a video game. You feel like you can say what you want and get away with it. You can like
Right.
test the waters. You're watching porn and then you're like, oh, maybe this girl's like that and I can say this to her. And I just feel like a lot of people nowadays are really out of touch with realizing there's another human being on the other
Yeah,
end.
exactly. The give and take conversation, going back to boundaries or saying something outrageous and let in like that girl or that person. It's supposed to laugh at it and like keep it moving and like, oh, she's sensitive or they're sensitive or whoever may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they don't have to deal with the consequences.
No, they
They
don't.
wouldn't say that in person.
No,
I mean,
of course not.
some
No,
people
some do.
would
Some do. I've experienced like, trying to be outrageous, asking you questions that no one else would ask you, or
to be edgy.
yeah, just to be edgy. And you're like, this is not working for you because I could go edgy. I could go real edgy. Want to go edgy? Let's start.
When's the last time you cut yourself?
Yeah.
There's also this mentality of the curated self. I think a lot of people nowadays, their personalities are so curated on the internet. Their
Right.
identity is really tied to it. They're like, this is me at my best. They're used to presenting themselves in a certain way where they're like,
Spit shining.
I'm going to show you the best of me. This is what I do. These are my hobbies. This is what I look like. This is the lighting. This is the thing.
Yes. I take jazz classes. I take tap classes.
Jazz technique classes.
Yeah.
Pin your ears
I wake
back.
up at 6,
Like literally the routine.
coconut water.
And then when they go on a date IRL in real life, they're bringing that it's like a performative person's arriving. They're like, how can I perform right now? How can I match the internet version of me now?
Well, what happens in 6 months?
Exactly.
What happens on the third date?
Oh my God.
What happens, when you actually like the person, you're like, fuck, I gotta keep this shit up?
That reminds me, I dated an autistic man once.
Yes.
So autistic people in social settings, they hate social settings. It's very uncomfortable.
Right.
And so they kind of like rehearse their personalities a bit.
Correct.
And so we were dating, and like 3 months in, then it was like, be my girlfriend. It was like the movie romance.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, yes. And we're like, boom. Once it was locked in, I swear to God, like the next day, it was like a switch went off.
Shit.
Suddenly, it was just like, boop.
Quiet.
On the phone, silence. We're paying 50-50.
Oh.
It was just like immediate. It all came together.
The cage.
The silence.
Yeah.
Came with me paying half the bill when it was like never a thing.
Right. The carriage turned into the pumpkin real quick.
Oh, it was just like off. And I understand that personality type. It's a whole different topic.
Right.
But I can relate it to that where it's like.
Right. But like when you're like have the glass slipper and all of a sudden you're wearing fucking Reebok and you're like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. You're going to keep that up?
No. See, I don't believe in that. You better if you're going to shine, you better shine throughout the whole shit.
Come real.
Or don't come at all. That's why I can see how people have such horrible times because you're cosplaying.
You're like, so you're not Sailor Moon?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I thought you were Pokemon. Like,
yeah.
You're not.
No, yeah, that's a lot of pressure to keep that shit up.
Coming along with the curated self is this performative curiosity where people are so impatient. They don't want to ask you about yourself. They want the bullet points in the app. Right. They want the Cliff's notes. Like they're just like,
they want super Cliff notes. They basically want to like chat GBT your whole shit real quick.
Yeah.
They want like a quick summary.
100%.
And like not even want to engage, look into your eyes, not looking at your phone. Like I'll go on dinners even with you and I see couples right next to me and they're only on their phone. They're not even engaging with each other.
Insane. No. It's like that's not allowed.
What happens?
Be alone or be with you.
We're each other's best date.
Girlfriends.
Meow.
Decentermen. Well, another thing I think is a problem with modern dating, which I've realized with people that I know as well, where it's like there's this checklist mentality.
Right.
They think like before I date, I need a man that's 6'2", has this much income a year, dresses like this, talks like this, likes this kind of music. Like it's just like this entire pre-planned thing.
Yeah.
And before they even like give anyone a shot.
Right. Because I feel like when you have this, very strict list, you're editing all these other people that might not check all the boxes, but they actually might be genuine, empathetic, have a nice conversation.
They might surprise you.
Yeah, they might really surprise you. I mean, I know I famous for not really having a type, but like I'm kind of love that I don't really have a type because like I just go in without any expectations.
Exactly. I feel like that's the best mind state to go into dating. It's not always going to work out.
No, I'm not looking to pick out my China to come third date. You know what I mean? Like
some bitches are.
Some bitches are. And it's really, again, going back to like somewhere in your life where there's some people out there that want to like really buckle down and figure out their future. And they want to know if you want kids. They want to know if you want to own something. Want to know like, and in 6 months from now, like I want to take a world trip.
Yeah, whatever. But I think even with that, that's why people find themselves in like fucked up marriages and having children with kids with people that are not good parents or like that abandon you and then you're a single parent.
Yes.
It's like you're forcing someone to fit into your version of what their life should be and you're not really listening to what their needs are. So you're not properly meeting someone that wants to go down that route with you. You're like already putting them in this box. Like if you want to be with me, you gotta do this. And maybe a guy's like, I'm lonely. I'm gonna just play the game.
And he's like, I guess, I'm such and such age. I guess I gotta do this. I guess it's a time frame that I have to do this. There was a portion of my life where I noticed a lot of women were giving these hardcore ultimatums. Like
that's so strange to me.
And then they get into it and then they have this like ornery dude that's listening to Pearl Jam at midnight drinking fucking weird beer.
In the garage.
Yeah, in the garage, listen to fucking Jeremy and God knows what, like
I always like Ava Mendes. She always said like she's like I never wanted children, but then when I met Ryan Gosling, she's like, but then I wanted his children. Like I feel like that's the mindset where you're like, I don't expect anything, but then like, oh,
I met this person. I was like, I'm
gonna
try this out. Yeah. It's like, oh, maybe I'll learn how to swim.
Maybe I will do anal.
Well, I'm gonna try anal.
There is a bare minimum. Like you should have a job, or like you should have a dream. You should
Right.
wake up happy.
Wake up
You
happy.
should be mentally healthy and sane.
1,010%. There's non-negotiables. My non-negotiable is like you have to wake up loving your life a little
Happy
bit,
with your life.
happy
Yeah,
with your life,
exactly.
your choices, and all the things. Like
Joy.
I don't want to wake up with
Have a
somebody
sense of joy.
that is like, oh, I gotta go to work, Debbie Downer.
Exactly. I also don't want to date a man that's like, I don't know how to flirt with women nowadays because I may get me too'd.
Well, what's wrong with your fucking mouth? If you can't be around another human being, then we have a whole separate problem.
How do you not know when someone's uncomfortable in a situation?
It's like if there's a dick on my lap, I'm like this, and it's a second date, like we have a problem.
That is for me a bare minimum. Like if a man's like of that mind state where it's like,
I
guys
can't
don't
say
know
anything anymore.
guys, yeah, I don't know how to flirt with women in the workplace anymore. I don't know how to get a date anymore because like I don't know. I'm afraid I'm gonna get like, if you don't know the difference between like sexual harassment and like attacking a woman and like
Yeah.
physically crossing boundaries and
physically
reading
cross your,
body
or,
language,
yeah, or even saying like obscure things for just shock value, just to make her feel uncomfortable.
you should not be dating.
You should stay in.
Go
Then
see a therapist.
See a therapist, or just stay in your little dungeon and watch fucking Pornhub.
Also, if someone comes to a date wearing a backpack, I'm gonna say this often because if you're on a date, a dinner date, and they have a backpack on, I'm telling you, ladies now, girl,
He might be homeless.
know me warned you. He's either homeless or he's drug dealing or something the fuck is up.
Yeah, they have their whole apartment in their bag.
Or a little dog inside.
Oh, yeah,
That happened.
that happens.
But it's funny how we keep mentioning therapy because over 51% of people that are dating now want someone who is actively in therapy when they date as
okay.
one of their bare minimum checklist things.
Okay.
Which I'm cool with.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I believe in tune-ups. If you live in a big city and you're hustling and you're meeting people all the time, there's always a little tune-up you need.
I do think that, like, let's say if you're working on yourself,
Oh yeah,
and if you're
constantly.
dating someone and they're not,
Yeah,
at some point there will be an imbalance.
you know what? Yes, especially when it comes to if you're really getting to know somebody, and sometimes you just need a tune-up just to make sure you can go forward with anybody.
Yeah. I also think, especially with men, there's a stigma of seeking mental health.
Yes, it's true.
I was in a relationship where I was with someone I thought they were perfect.
Of course.
And I was in therapy working on myself intensely. And
Yeah.
at some point I realized I was like, evolving and a shooting star.
Right,
and
right.
the one weight in my life was him.
Of course.
And I was like, oh, that's because we're not on the same path.
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
not working on yourself. You think there's nothing.
Oh yeah, I remember when I first started going to therapy, and I was with an ex, and I'm doing all the things to see like what's going on here. Is it me? I gave her the whole story, and I don't know if it's like ethical to do. She's like, you need to break up with him. And I was
I
like,
had a therapist tell me to cheat on my boyfriend once. I was
oh
like,
no,
girl.
yeah. Oh well, I did, and then she was like, you know what? Sometimes cheating's not always wrong. I was like, you're hired. It's like I'm free every Tuesdays in the mornings.
I'm like, is this the same therapist? She told me, she's like, do you have a ring on your finger? I was like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, so you're free to do whatever you want.
Right.
And I'm like,
yeah, I was like, oh.
Sure.
She's like, well, if he's not satisfied and you're doing all the things and you're trying to not, and you're communicating to no ends, well, either one of two things, you break up with him. If you start something, it's like, if you're not doing drugs and have other vices, if this is your only vice, do that. I was like, all right, so Tuesdays, right?
I'll see you next Tuesday. I do think that you need to check yourself before getting into the dating pool because, like, I think
100%.
It's not only unattractive to just go looking for something to fill a void. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just like, I'm lonely, I need someone to like fill the other half of me. It's like,
oh, honey,
it's unattractive, and B, I think it's actually dangerous.
Oh yeah, because you sometimes you'll go into something just because,
girl,
they're like a seat filler, like it's the Oscars, and you're like all of a sudden 6 months later you're still with this person, you're not even happy, you're just feeling some sort of weird void that you have.
Like, how did I get here?
Yeah, and it's not fair for the other person either
at all.
Yeah.
Back to the whole performative thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also dangerous because you meet people that then idealize you. I feel like I, as an actual performer, not that I'm a performative person, but I am performative in my career, and my online presence is not me. You know what I mean? It's just like it's more of like a very exaggerated version of me for my work kind of thing.
Correct.
And I have met people that then idealize you, and they just think you're this sort of like fembot that walks around in lingerie and has no feelings, and you're just like a little perfect
like
doll
a
or something.
Yeah.
And, like, they know exactly who you are because they saw the bullet points on your Wikipedia or something.
Right.
And then suddenly I'm walking around in a bonnet eating Doritos, and they're like,
Yeah. Who's this?
"Oh, you're crying? You have feelings?"
It's like, where's the fringe?
I'm like,
Wait a minute. Yeah, I feel like, not that I'm a performer, but I've also dealt with people that love to see me get a reaction. I'm very free spirited, and I have a good sense of humor, and I'm go with the flow, but they want to see me crack a little
they're
bit.
threatened. Yeah.
They're threatened by it, and they want to push it.
That's someone that's insecure, and
Yeah.
they probably shouldn't have been dating
No.
because they're not ready to deal with people who maybe have better mental health than you or have more
Right.
dreams and are successful. And then
Correct.
instead of being inspired by you, they like
Right.
challenge you, and
Right.
then you're
Yeah.
like, am I sleeping with the enemy? Like,
Oh, I feel
I
like I've slept
hate.
with
I mean, so many
definitely slept with
times we've
enemies.
dated people that
Girl.
have like
Sleeping with the enemy is
started
real.
coming for us. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah. I was like,
I
oh,
thought we're on the same team building the same ship.
you forget I have a knife next to my bed.
Exactly. I will use
I
it.
will use it.
I thought it'd be fun to break down some of the new modern dating terminology.
Oh, yes. Educate me.
So here is a dating terminology breakdown. The kids nowadays are using this term called slow dating.
Okay.
I feel like we've gone so far to the other end of the spectrum of like this whole curated personality online and like
Right.
everything's so Instacart about
Yes.
dating
Yes.
that now there's a term for taking your time, dating fewer people,
Oh,
and letting things go with the flow.
okay.
It's like a whole concept called slow dating. I'm like,
Okay.
this is actually just dating.
No, it's just dating.
It's how it used to be, girl.
I mean, because everything's so Instacart, like you said, what a concept to get to know somebody.
I'm a
How-
slow dater. They think it's
how
cool.
wild.
They're like, I read feminist books and I slow date.
I
Well, we all know the classic ghosting, but it's kind of broken down into these different versions of ghosting.
Oh, fun.
So obviously, if you're sleeping under a rock and you don't know what ghosting is, ghosting is when someone you've been dating for a while and you think you have something, suddenly just like from one day to the next disappears and it's just like poof, be gone.
Yes.
But they're not dead.
They're not dead. When someone ghosts, I think that's the first sign of somebody who is not developed emotionally.
No, yeah, lack of emotional intelligence.
There's no growth.
But there are times when I'm like, I kind of miss ghosting because like
Oh, I love
nowadays,
ghosting.
like
Yeah.
when I was out on these streets,
Yeah.
guys would be like texting you all the time. Like the next day after a date, they're like, "Good morning, love.
No,
How's your day going? What are you up
That's
to
weird.
today? What's your day?" I'm like,
No.
I just saw you. I want to like,
First of all, it was the first date and you already miss me. You don't miss me. You don't know me.
no, you're scared to be alone.
No, like, how do you miss me? We just split a pie and we went on a nice date. We didn't even kiss.
Oof.
And you already miss me?
No, that's the worst. I'm like, have you heard of mystique maxing?
Yeah.
Like maybe you should learn about being a little more mysterious
Let's do that.
because it's not sexy. The thirst of it.
That is very thirsty.
On top of ghosting, there's
Desperate.
ghostlighting
Oh,
now,
Christ.
which is a mixture of ghosting and gaslighting.
Oh,
So it's like someone will ghost you for a while, they just disappear.
right.
But then they reemerge.
Oh,
And then when you call them out on their ghosting, they're
Yeah.
like, I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't message me. Or like, what are you talking about? I've been here. Where you been?
see, that's when you don't even engage at that
No.
point. Like,
The enemy's in the
don't
room.
engage with the gas lighting.
The call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah, if he comes out of nowhere and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" Don't answer back. Now ghost light back because
Yeah.
there's no reason for anyone to do that and then make you feel like you're the crazy person. Edit,
Fuck off.
edit.
Yeah. Boomerang ghosting. I'm going to invent something. Boomerang ghosting.
Boomerang ghosting.
Ghost him right back.
Yeah, ghost him right back.
Zombieing.
Oh, Christ.
Zombieing is when someone ghosts you for months and months, maybe
Uh-huh.
years. And then
Years.
suddenly it's like, hey, I was watching this show and I thought of you.
Oh, I get that.
Literally out from the dead.
Yeah, I get that from ex-boyfriends.
Usually when I get that, it's because they got out of jail.
That's an excuse.
That doesn't mean we're going to go have brunch.
No, it means like I have moved on.
Yeah.
I'm actually, or
Somehow
not.
you're not my type anymore.
Yeah, the bad boy era.
The bad boy era is done for me, and also the sad boy era.
Oh, God,
I
the
don't
sad boy
do.
era.
At one point, I feel like it
Yeah.
was like a cute thing, like the sad emo guy that can like.
Oh,
maybe, I don't know,
of
he's a
course.
giving poet.
Oh my God! If you're wearing a black trench
Oh, the
have-
black trench.
and you're giving me
And you're
you
mean
know,
to me.
yeah, goth boy's not allowed anymore.
Like you've been through things.
I listen to goth, but I don't want them next in my bed.
No, thank you.
No.
Only
Bad house.
in the earbuds. Orbiting.
Oh,
Orbiting
She's
is
traveling.
when you stop dating someone,
Mhm.
but they're still like watching your stories on Instagram, where like you see that you just see their name on the list.
right.
I mean, I kind of live for orbiting because I feel like it's a torture for them.
Oh yeah. I feel like the stories I do see some faces, and I'm like, oh, well,
You asked for it.
this selfie wasn't about you, but was it?
Oh my god, that brings me to Banksy-ing.
Oh, yes.
Banksy-ing is having an indirect conversation about how you feel, which is like making art. So let's say you are upset with someone. Instead of telling them, you'll like put some shady song on Instagram and then put a photo and like some text that's pointed, but it isn't, you don't call them out exactly, but you know they're gonna watch it and you're like, oh, they're gonna think it's about me.
Oh, I've
Or
definitely done that.
or let's say you like someone and you're like, I know they're watching, so you like putting thirst traps. You know that they're gonna internalize and be like, is this about me?
I've done that. This one time, my ex, he gave me this T-shirt, and I put it online. I'm like, hey, I'm selling this T-shirt.
Oh my god, you're so shady.
Because I blocked his number. I pick up the phone because it was a 212.
A
And
212.
it was a 212 number because you never know. It could be work. It could be anything.
You never know.
When I picked up, he's like, you need to take that down. I gave you that T-shirt. It's a collectible. And if you don't want it, just give it back.
Oh, good job, girl.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's already sold. I feel like I do that with albums.
Oh, girl, you 1,000%.
Like I'll put it. I'm like, is this the same as putting out a record? I'm like, I mean, I have the Capricorn that was really pointed.
Girl, that was beyond pointed.
It was pointed. I've been Banksy'd by someone I dated. We only dated. We never slept with each other.
Never slept with each other.
I was seeing other people. He found out I was seeing other people, which I didn't know was a secret. But anyway, he got super upset. He went around telling everyone I ruined his life. He was a writer and he published a book about dating trans women. And the first chapter was literally, it should have just said my name. You should have just printed my name because it was so pointed. I'm like, oh my God, I had to buy it.
I mean,
it's a collector's item.
There's a stamp in the world.
Immortalized.
Immortalized. I mean, that was pathetic, though. You didn't even touch his dick.
No, not even.
He was wounded.
That's Banksy-ing, ladies and gentlemen. That is Banksy-ing at its best.
It's very almost flattering.
I mean, whoopsie daisy. Monkey branching.
Oh.
You know how a monkey swings from branch to branch?
Yeah.
This is when someone is dating someone and then they always have a backup plan because they have this underlying fear that what if this doesn't work out? Even if it's working out, they're just like so afraid of the concept of being alone that they always have a backup plan. So they'll keep a friend or like an ex in the wings so that, let's say, they do break up with the one person, then boom, the next person's right there the next day. Like, there's no realizing things.
That sounds exhausting. I'm sure I've done that. But like in a way where, I mean, I think I monkey branched during the relationship. So, is it the same?
Is that the same?
Is cheating?
I guess if they're the next one up.
Well, I don't know. Like they might not have been. Who knows?
Cheating's not monkey branching. Cheating's cheating.
Oh, whoops. Is there another category?
Speaking of cheating, micro cheating.
So
this is a concept that I think is hilarious because I think cheating is cheating,
right?
On all levels. But micro cheating is when it's basically back to the online era.
Ooh.
So it's like, let's say you're on Instagram and you're dating someone,
right?
Seriously, and you start seeing their little head floating above with a little heart on top of like some thirst trap of a girl or whoever your partner is, or like their ex or like someone they fucked or like something you deem inappropriate. That is being considered micro cheating.
Okay, you see. This is me being too laid back. Because I really don't care about that.
It really depends. Like everyone has their own version of that.
Yeah. If it's getting to a point of disrespectful, there's one thing. Yeah. But if it's like, all right, we all have eyes and...
I think it's another symptom of people being so out of touch that other people have feelings on the other end of the internet.
Right.
Because it's like, they're not thinking about like, what if someone sees... I mean, do you realize it's public? Correct. I'm like, my family's seeing this, your family's seeing this. Yeah. Like, our mutual friends are all seeing, like, it's in the algorithm. Like, everyone's seeing that. You know what I mean?
And I would tell you immediately, it was like, I saw a little head bump up with some thirst trap girl with your, little heart thing on it. You know what I mean?
Well, I have a remedy for this. It's a little game I like to call the token game.
Oh.
Tokens.
Trademark.
The way you play the token game is every time you see whoever you're dating, their little head floating over something that you deem inappropriate.
Right.
You get 2 tokens. You get to do 2 likes of the same exact type. So let's say they liked a picture of someone they hooked up with and you found it inappropriate.
Oh.
Then you have to dig into your following.
Right.
Find someone that you've hooked up with.
Right.
And like 2 of their photos, not 1, 2. You get 2 tokens.
You are Very good at this game.
I don't know if it's a Libra in me.
Oh, it's a Libra in you.
I like a balance.
No, yeah, it's balance. You know, it's also a little petty pants.
It's a little toxic.
It's 100% toxic.
But it's giving very taste of your own medicine.
No, because you don't even understand what I could like and what I've been with. So you're gonna really take yourself down a couple of notches.
That's the thing. So when you do too, it pushes the algorithm so that you increase the chances of it coming up on their timeline. So that when they see it, they really have nothing to say.
And you have a really good girlfriend and you're all together. I'm like, oh my God, I saw this hot picture of your ex online. And you'd be like, oh my God, I did see that. I liked it. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm going to have another pocket time.
Double Libras.
Yeah.
Double Libra.
Girl, double rainbow.
I mean, and I apply this to my whole life. You know how guys like to make you jealous?
Yes,
sometimes they're just like trying to test your limits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I try not to argue.
Right.
But I will show you.
Oh, you don't understand.
I'm like, oh.
I invented this.
Interesting.
You don't want this.
So yeah, you get 2 tokens. It pushes the algorithm. In my experience, suddenly the behavior stops.
Of course it does.
First of all, they can't say it to you. They can't say anything to you.
Because they know.
You did the same thing.
The stupidity of not realizing what you're doing makes it even worse.
It's like, this is public.
Yeah, this is all public. So, yeah, I saw that you like a titty pic or a dick pic or whatever the fuck. I saw whatever. I saw it.
I mean, it makes it fun. I'm like, oh, he liked that picture today. Interesting.
Mm.
Once you engage in the game,
right,
you have to do it. Like, you can't.
You have to keep committed.
You either do it or like it's like ready or not. You have to go by the game. You have to abide by the rules. You have to do exactly the same thing.
Right.
Aphrodite. This is when people ask you out on very cheap dates.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the type that likes to be wined and dined. It's not because of the money. That's my thing. Like, if I'm gonna say yes to a date, I want someone to be like, there's this gorgeous bar, I want to take you to, let's grab a drink.
Right. No, I love a creative date. Especially if it's creative, it doesn't have to necessarily mean money. It could mean like, oh my God, this place has like the best dim sum I've ever had in my life. It's a hole in a wall, but it's like super intimate and super cute.
See, but dim sum, that means you're sitting and taking some time, which is cute.
Right.
This is like a quick coffee.
Oh, like it's kind of like the pre-interview?
Yes, it's giving pre-interview. It's giving like, let's grab a coffee. I don't know about coffee. I do get the idea that like sometimes you don't want to waste your time with someone that you might not like. But I feel like that's the point of dating. Like, you're supposed to just like take your time and get to know the person, not just like look at them, see how they're dressed.
Is this more of an economical thing, or is this just like a way to like see the vibe?
Aphrodite, if there's a term for it, I think that there's a state of mind where it's like, I'm gonna be cheap and not invest in this person yet because I don't really know them.
Okay, all right.
So I don't know, but Mom Donnie just announced that there are $26 restaurant specials and 400 restaurants, over 400 restaurants. So
go at it.
For all you Aphroditators. You can at least
for $26
a more high-end Aphroditing.
Yes.
I don't do coffees. Unless I've already had a date with you. I prefer having a drink. Which could lead to 2 or 3 drinks.
Yes.
Because the drink could be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Or let's have another round. Sure.
Right.
Or then, what are you doing after this? Should we go grab a little quick bite? You know, I think I like that as a concept for dating. Coffee to me is like, do you have like 5 dates lined up? Are you hopping around to Starbucks all over the world?
Right.
And what kind of
shift
cafe?
am I? Yeah, exactly.
Is it Serendipity?
Yeah. Right.
Or is it like
McDonald's cafe?
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no. It's almost like a sign of like speed dating or something.
It's giving speed dating.
I'm gonna like see if this is a vibe thing.
It's also, there's different, levels of class. Maybe people can afford it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What if they're broke?
Well, the thing is, like, definitely want somebody who has a job.
Yeah.
And that likes it. Even if it's, I don't know how much they make.
That's not, I can't.
That's young girl shit.
2026. If you're homeless, I better find out by accident.
Yeah.
Like, you better be
and by accident,
you
slept over 5 times in a row.
Yeah. I should have seen the backpack when I first met you. I'm like,
if there's like sneakers and a change of clothes in your backpack.
Oh no, yeah. And if you're an artist and you're taking me to your studio and then I see there's a pillow, I'm like, oh shit.
And not even a fold up. Then we have
I mean, I guess struggling artists. CV Nicks, I don't know.
We like artists. We do. Guilty.
I don't really know. Future faking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with this one. This is when you date someone and they start painting this vivid picture of the future. Let's say you're talking about like, oh my God, there's this place I want to go to, this like resort thing. And they're like, oh my God, I'm going to take you there. Like, this is this thing I love. We're going to go. I'm going to take you. Oh my God, my friend has this house. It's so fun. Like, they have a pool, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
We're going to go. We're going to go. I can't wait to take you.
Okay.
Like, when they keep dropping that whole like, I'm gonna take you. I can't wait to show you.
Girl, if there's no ticket,
and then it never happens.
if there's no ticket immediately, then we're not going.
It's like,
if there's no ticket within the next few weeks after or days after you've mentioned it, and you keep on mentioning it and there's still no ticket,
if you bring that up and then a week or two later it never comes up again.
Yeah. Remember when someone wanted to propose to me?
Oh, that was future faking for sure.
That's future faking.
Bitch.
And
even had the nerve to contact me,
which is like a major. If you're playing Super Mario Brothers, you're trying to get the princess.
Because we barely text our men.
Yeah,
it's like,
not at all.
You're texting me to
like it has to be an emergency.
Yeah, I was like, this is real. All right.
And then all of a sudden, it was never mentioned again. Oh wait, did he call you and say, "Scratch your plans"?
No.
Oh, he didn't even tell you.
No, it was at the point where we were hanging out. Then he told you, which was even weirder.
It was weirder because we went to Knickerbocker and we went to the jewelry stores looking at, like, just trying our rings for fun. For fun. And I was like, oh, shit, I guess.
Girl, like, that's when you should have known. When you're trying rings on Knickerbocker.
Listen, I was like, why not? You know?
Not for dating and future faking at once.
Girl, I got double Banksy-ed. That's kind of like future fucker.
That's darker.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the thing is, I never asked for that.
You were not like, I want you.
No, and then I was like, maybe I would obviously wear something Halston.
It was giving Ava Mendes, like, I don't want to get married, but maybe I'll marry you.
Yeah, maybe I would try. Maybe I'll try this,
Girl.
And then I was like, oh.
When you start hearing more rumors about your own engagement that's supposed to be a surprise, we should know.
We should know.
We should know.
Yes.
Yapping or yap trapping.
What's
it's when you're cornered by a date by someone who will not stop talking about themselves.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, I've 100% been there.
It's like, you're just like, wow, I lost 3 brain cells that I don't think I'll ever get back.
No, I've been there before. And one time it was like, okay, I was on a date and it was like me, myself, and I. And at one point I was like, I'm going to just make up shit because you're not listening to me anyway. I made up so much crazy ass shit.
Veronica.
Yeah. I was like, I'll be your mistress tonight. Like it was insanely. I was so bored. I was like, oh my God. And then when he was like finally asked about myself and was like,
oh, you're exhausted.
I was like, I'm good. So I'm just gonna make up a fucking crazy ass shit right now. I made up so much weird shit. I don't even remember. Like,
I miss those days when we would go out and then we knew we weren't into the guy when they were like, what's your name? And we're like, Yolanda. It's like as soon as we hear each other say a fake name, you're like, oh,
we're good. We're leaving. We're actually leaving.
That was always the cue.
We're splitting the car.
Yeah, it's like she said a fake name.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're going. We're going.
Freak matching. Okay. This is when you meet someone where you click on the weirdest shit. You're like, oh my God, you like chewing gum off the bottom of shoes. I do too. It's so fucking weird.
Oh my God, choking. I love choking.
Oh my God. Totally. You're like that because you're very into like art films and
yes.
I feel like
obscure
even
shit.
If you don't meet someone that likes the same shit, you're like, put them on.
Yeah.
But when you do,
oh, forget it.
Wet.
Slipping off the chair.
Because
I love weird obscure movies and music and all that stuff.
Like if someone could out obscure you,
and I'm like, oh, I've met
I wouldn't hear from you for a month.
Someone's like my battleship,
and that's a lot.
Yeah,
I'm like, is she okay?
I'm actually in a weird theater in Queens in a coffee shop. They got my algorithm hard. I'm like, you like the Pixies? I love the Pixies.
Oh, that will always get you.
Yeah, that'll get me.
Negging.
Go on.
This is the adult version of like teasing. Because you have a crush. Like, let's say someone throws shade in a way that's like, oh, I felt the dagger. But then you look and you're like, oh, you want the bone. It's like the equivalent when you're a kid and they yank your hair, that whole thing.
Right.
Toxic,
like, I hate when I'm in love, right? I might do that.
Yeah, you're like disgusting. And then you're like banging on the wall.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking hate you.
You're like, why are you still
tomorrow?
Here? And they're like,
what are we going out for dinner?
You're like, you're disgusting. You're like hot. I'm more into that once you're dating. Like I feel like I could do that. Like now we're married, we like tease each other. Like,
right, yeah.
But like when you're first dating, I feel like I've had guys do that and I find it a little corny. And at first if I don't know you.
Yeah, honestly, if they like don't get the rhythm and it's like corny ass shit where it's like almost a little hurtful and
to me it
misses the mark.
To me, it comes across like they think like, oh, I got her wrapped around my finger kind of energy, and I'm like,
but if it's not funny, like if you say something and it's actually funny, I'm like, all right, now we're
the joke better land.
Oh, the joke better land
on my clit.
Yeah, exactly.
Shrekking. This is dating down. This is like when you intentionally pursue people who don't fit the conventional attractive scale, the beauty scale, the mogging of it all, whatever.
Right.
intentionally, where you're like, I want a hot guy, but like I'm gonna go for the unattractive guy because I feel more secure
Well,
with someone who
right.
no one else would like, or like maybe they'll like me more, maybe I can control them more. Like I don't know, there's a whole,
That's a problem.
it's weird.
That's a problem. That's Go to
Therapy, go to
therapy.
therapy, date a
Because if you don't
therapist.
feel like you deserve it all,
Yeah, you're
know your
insecure.
worth. Doesn't matter if he's Shrek or that person's good.
Shrek was kind of hot though in the cartoon. I
I
feel
mean,
like
honestly, we love
he
a
had
beefy.
swag.
We like a beefy man.
He had swag.
Yeah. If you feel already you don't deserve somebody because of looks or whatever, or you feel only comfortable with a certain type of look because
Yeah.
you feel like they're not going to break your heart, you don't know that bitch.
I'm gonna vet a new one right now because I was married to a guy
Uh-huh.
who I think should have done the opposite of Shrekking. Like he should be dating Shreks.
Right.
I remember his best friend one time told him that because we would always get into these weird fights.
Yeah.
And his best friend,
Uh-huh.
he's like, you should just date ugly girls. He's like, I don't think you can handle this.
Right. I've got.
And so I feel like there should be a word for that. Like they seek out people that are more attractive, like punching. They say when you're punching, you ever heard that term?
No.
It's like he's punching. That means like you're dating a girl way hotter than your level. Like you're really going for it. Like,
right.
I guess that's what it's called, punching.
Okay.
When they like dating people out of their league.
Right.
And it's like you can't handle it.
One of my exes, he was going to therapy, and his therapist literally said, "Don't be boring with this one. You're punching. You're punching. Keep it up, because this is the kind of girl that will leave you if you don't keep it 10." And she was right.
When you want a 10, keep it at 10.
Keep it at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked for this.
Yeah.
Wildflowering. This is like people who hate labels, who approach dating as very casual without any expectations.
Right.
For me, the bottom line of dating is like you shouldn't enter expectations.
No.
Like I was non-monogamous before I met my man, and
right.
we entered with that in mind.
Right.
And naturally, I just like stopped seeing other people.
Right.
I was not interested. He did as well. And
right.
we organically realized that we were in love. Like it was just like, if it wasn't for that, I'm not sure if we would be. If it wasn't for that freedom and that like no pressure, expectations. Like I think a lot of people that put all this pressure and expectation on their dating lives miss out on so much possibility.
I 100% agree on that. I'm not a big label person. I kind of like to just go in and hope for the best, and I don't like to go into something that has tons of pressure and expectations.
No,
I feel like I also freeze. Maybe I'm not really myself.
It's scary.
You know what I mean? Let's just be our authentic selves, vibe check each other.
Yeah,
and if it falls into the love like you have, fabulous.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna like.
Also, if not, also fabulous.
Also fabulous.
It's great to know you. Maybe you could like. Do you know how to hold a camera?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you have hot friends?
Yeah. Maybe other things are meant to be. Do you know how to make graphics?
Exactly. I actually need a date for a wedding, or we could go as friends.
Do you understand Bitcoin?
Yeah. Especially
help me with my stocks.
Yeah, I need to figure out my stocks.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen out there.
Exactly. I 100% agree with that.
This has been a journey.
Yes.
I feel like for me the moral of the story is that it's very funny that a lot of this stuff that we're talking about has led to and is connected to this whole loneliness epidemic.
Right.
Which is like everyone's been talking about. There's this whole like people are lonely, specifically men are lonely, but maybe people in general. I think humans in general.
Yeah.
And I do think it's because a lot of people in this generation are so detached because of the internet and social media. It's the reason why people get ghosted is because they don't think there's the other person on the other end of the line, or because there's no consequences to deal with because it's over a screen now.
Right.
It's the reason why people pretend to be someone else. It's the reason for all these things that we're talking about, all these terms. It's so connected to not thinking about someone else's feelings whatsoever.
Right. It's very self-centered. It comes to a point where it's just about your journey, where you see yourself in what, like, it's you.
Yeah. I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just been so embedded because of the phone. If everyone to use a video game, then what do you give a shit? You're dating a girl that you apparently love, and you're liking 20,000 photos of another bitch online, and you know that the world's gonna see it, and you don't think about anyone else outside of yourself or your own experience.
You're in your own bubble.
It's very sad. It's very strange. I feel like if people took the time to wonder about what the world looks like through someone else's eyes, genuine wonder, not just like analyzing or like
it's like you're forcing yourself it's like you're forcing yourself to be sad boy, lonely girl, or whoever.
I know what that's like, not with sadness or loneliness, but with like trauma.
Right.
I feel like people are used to sadness. It's easy to be home alone sad on a phone and swiping through. It's hard to engage and to wonder about what
Right.
people are thinking and to
Right.
ask what's going through your mind. Who are
Right.
you really? What have you been through?
Yeah.
Like, it's easier to stay home and make it all about you and not deal with anything. Like, it's easier. Like, when
Right.
someone with trauma, you're used to being in danger. So,
Right.
like, even when you're in a good situation, it feels uncomfortable to be in a safe space because you're constantly reminded of this is new.
Right.
So, what am I looking out for?
Correct. And I feel like, going into anything, I feel like you should, like we were talking about before, if you're going to go into anything light, casual, anything, check yourself. Make sure you're going into it with the right intentions. The pressure is what makes you lonely. Having a defeatist personality where you don't think you're going to meet anybody, or you have to go through the interview process of it all and not really engaging, you're just setting yourself up for loneliness
Or a weird fucking date.
or a weird fucking date.
The moral of the story is date a therapist before you date anyone else.
Yes, agreed. Cheers to that.
If you can't be alone and not feel lonely, no one's gonna solve that problem for you.
No, not at all.
Like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you
How
gonna
you gonna
love
love
somebody
somebody
else?
else?
It's so true.
100% agree with that.
Well, tune in next week where we'll be interviewing Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
I wish.
In my head, of course.
Oh, God.
What's her dating life like?
I
She's
feel like
probably married to a garden.
Yeah, she's been with the same woman for a really long time, I believe.
Ah, hot.
Yeah. If I'm not
Scissoring in a
mistaken.
garden.
Yeah. Actually, I quoted her the other day. I had a headache the other day. My friend was like, "How's your head?" I was like, "I never had any complaints."
That never gets old.
That never gets old.
Ciao.
Ciao.